All right, what's up, everyone on the YouTube? You can watch me live with the link in the bottom of the description, as well as the link to the original video. Today we're reacting to the Genius Teens Destroy Corrupt Cops. The legal system in general is a little corrupt, if you know type thing. But let's see what's up with the vid, man.
When suspects find themselves face to face with corrupt detectives, most submit to their evilness and wind up in jail. But occasionally, a few clever suspects are able to outwit the police, and luckily for them, sometimes it actually works.
Okay, so just tell me that if I don't give you the ID, you're gonna arrest me. Just say it.
I have so many pros tips I can tell you. I'm gonna let the video play though, but I know my rights, I know my legal system. I could really give you the juice, the sauce to stay out of trouble, but I'm gonna let the video play.
Show us your ID. We need to see your ID.
Or
you will be arrested.
Thank you. Y'all got that right?
On September 14th, 2023, a New Mexico officer went into a dormitory after getting a call about an underage student having alcohol. It sounded like a routine stop, but when the officer talked to the suspected student, he quickly realized that finding the alcohol wouldn't be that simple, because Joel Martinez was a law
Just don't drink in the first place. Doing drugs don't help you in no shape, way, form. It's no point in doing drugs. Stay sober. Me personally, that's what I'm gonna do. But to each his own. Nothing's wrong if you do choose to do that, but at least make sure you're over the legal age, obviously. But yeah.
Dude, and he knew his rights.
We got a report that you were seen walking into your dorm with alcohol. So
Okay.
is there alcohol in there?
I don't answer questions.
You have an ID with you.
I do.
Okay, can I see it?
You suspect me of a crime?
I do.
Okay, what crime and how can you articulate it?
Minor in possession of alcohol. We got a report that you were walked in.
So it's like here that they said thing?
Okay.
It's a, yeah, right? It's like they said that he has. And that's how you're gonna articulate it.
The cop quickly requests the student's idea, but Joel is not giving it, knowing he must be suspected of a crime first. In addition, the student informs the officer that New Mexico police don't have qualified immunity and warns him to be cautious, as the Fourth Amendment prevents cops from unreasonably searching a citizen's property. But after Joel asks to see the officer's supervisor, the situation starts to get more challenging.
So I still need to ID you,
No.
and then we need to go from there.
You have to.
At this
you have
point,
to-
everyone's going to ask to see a supervisor. So at this point, the supervisor might as well just walk around and do the job with the people. Because there's no point in having regular cops if everyone's always going to want to see the supervisor. So I used to hate people saying, "Can you get your manager? Can you get your supervisor?" You want them to tell them, like, there's a reason there's a hierarchy. Because the manager is most likely busy most of the time. So that's why you're talking to me. If I'm supposed to go run and get the manager every single second of the day, what's the point in me working? So I got a little passionate because I used to get hit with that all the time, and this is so annoying. Like I'm supposed to just, oh yeah, let me get the manager.
You suspect me of a crime.
I do.
You realize that cops in New Mexico don't have qualified immunity, right?
I do that. I do.
Okay, so from here on, let's just be careful with what you're about to do right now. You're saying that you want my ID, but right now you or yourself can articulate a crime that I've committed.
Okay.
So
So I already explained to you why I'm here. Why I
okay,
need
I
your
know
ID.
I know what you're here, but okay, is my ID gonna tell you if there's alcohol in that room?
No, but I still need to identify you.
My name is Joel.
Joel what?
Joel.
I need your first, last name, and your date of birth.
No, you don't.
When the sergeant arrives, the student emphasizes that the officers are asking for his ID, not demanding it, which is not a lawful order. According to New Mexico state laws, concealing identity is a secondary charge, so he argues that he doesn't need to identify himself unless they intend to run his name in the system. While Joel is completely correct, he's definitely starting to annoy the cops.
I need you to tell me if you don't give me your ID right now, I'm gonna arrest you.
Why would I say that to you?
Because I need that ultimatum, because right now you're asking.
Yes.
And I have the right to say no. Because you're asking. It's not a lawful order. I need you to
He
make it a
knows his
lawful
stuff.
order.
Detained for suspicion of minor in possession of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see your ID.
Okay, and if not?
And if not, you could be considered
Could?
concealing identity. So here's the deal. By saying could, what we're trying to do is we're trying to be cooperative with you and have you be cooperative with us and help us clear this matter up.
Okay, I gave him my name,
You,
Joel.
Ben, what's your last name?
You don't need my last name and you do not need my date of birth unless you want to run me for it, unless you want to run my name through your system.
you have-
Are you trying to run my name through the
Do you
system?
have warrants for your arrest? Is
Are
there
you,
anything
I don't
you
answer
would be
questions.
concerned?
I don't answer questions. I'm
don't
asking
answer
questions. I don't. It's my Fifth Amendment. Is it or is it not?
Joel now invokes his right to the Fifth Amendment, the right to remain silent, and rightly decides not to grant access to his room so as not to incriminate himself. He needs the cop to declare this a mandatory search because it strengthens his position for potential legal action. The cop laughs nervously as he knows this is a battle he cannot win.
So the question is that like the officer told you, you're being suspected of having possession of alcohol underage. So in that case, the easiest way to prevent this is for you to let us know. Either you got somebody saw you carry a case of beer. You have a case of beer in your possession?
I don't answer questions.
So the next step in this process would be, would you give us consent to check your room?
Nope.
To make sure that
Nope.
you have no alcohol in your possession?
Nope, I do not consent to any searches nor seizures.
Okay, very good. You're certainly welcome to refuse if you wish.
I know.
But we need to ID you.
Or
And if you do not present your identification, you can face a non-traffic
Could.
citation.
you're saying could. I need you to
Because
say
I'm
you
giving
will.
I'm giving you the opportunity to.
No, I need that ultimatum.
cooperative
I will
with
give
us.
you my ID if you say that I'm going to go get arrested if I don't give it to you.
So you'll give us if we say that.
If you say that, yes, sir. Because that's already grounds for me to set up litigation against you.
So you're threatening to sue us.
I ain't threatening nothing, brother.
That's what you just said.
It's not a
It
threat.
gives you grounds to.
It's not a threat. It gives me grounds. Does it or does it not?
As unbelievable as it may seem, the cop
He knows
starts
his
to
stuff.
Google New Mexico laws in an attempt to show Joel, but once again he finds out that he is in the wrong, making him look like a total fool for not just not knowing the law, but still being wrong after resorting to an internet browser. Finally, they demand him to show his ID or he will be arrested. As weird as it sounds, this is the situation that Joel wanted, as it puts him in the best position possible should he need to take legal action against the cops.
Are you Googling the laws right now?
Joe knows his stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I took criminal justice and I worked on a couple criminal justice backgrounds and fields. So yeah, of course I know a little bit of this stuff. But yeah, Joel, he's on his A game. I gotta applaud that right there. So he knows his information. As should every citizen of the United States of America, depending on your state, of course.
You okay with that?
Yeah, continue reading.
Are you sure you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's why we need your name and date of birth. I'm going to read you the law because you are a law student, okay?
Sean, can you
According to
He's a
New
good law
Mexico,
student, too.
It's all being recorded.
Yeah, I know, but
My
those
body
are hard to
camera's
get.
running.
So I'm gonna use my own.
So concealing identity consists of concealing one's true name or identity or disguising oneself with the intent to obstruct the due execution of the law,
Am I obstructing?
or, yes, technically you are, with the intent to intimidate, hinder, or interrupt any public officer.
Okay, so your investigation is investigating that I'm in possession of alcohol, right?
That's exactly
Okay,
what
and
we
if I don't
said.
if I give you my ID, is that gonna tell you if I do or do not have alcohol in that room?
If
Or is it
you-
just a way
if you
pathway
deny-
to find me with something?
No, the ID is so that we can identify who we are talking to. If you wish to deny us access to that room, that is totally within your rights.
I know.
But you refusing to identify
I
yourself to
know.
us by name and date of birth,
Yeah.
full name,
Mm-hmm.
date of birth, that is concealing identity.
Okay, so just tell me
So,
that if I don't give you
can-
the ID, you're gonna arrest me. Just
Okay.
say it.
Show us your ID. We need to see your ID.
Or-
Or you will be arrested.
Thank you. You got that right? Yeah, you got that. Pigs, fool, for real.
Unable to get anything else from Joel, the officers finally decide to leave. And in the background, we can hear Joel and his roommates celebrating that he stood his ground and did not quiver in front of the cops. If he did have that beer in his room, he definitely deserves it now.
Appreciate it, Joel.
Yeah, go
We're
fuck
done.
yourselves.
Okay, have a good. You guys can go to your room. Thank you.
Pigs.
It's really kind of one of those things that's up in the air, and we don't want to do that.
Hey, I appreciate you though. You were professional. Thanks a lot for that. Thanks.
Okay, case number is 2023.
The salt in that. The salt. Oh, look his neck. He's gonna break his neck. Look at. Oh, the salt. Oh my gosh, Joel. W job, bro.
However, you don't need to be a college law student to
man.
defend your rights, as the next young man will prove.
Get over here.
Oh, I've seen this already.
Get over here.
I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah, you are. You just cursed me off.
That's not a crime.
Yes, it is.
Says who?
Says me.
Says who?
Turn around. Come on.
Bro, that is not a crime.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
We're
not.
taking under
On
the
May
First
28,
Amendment.
2022, a police officer from
As
New
long as it's not a threat, as long as it's not a threat, you're good. You can say whatever you want. You just can't. You can't physically threaten people though. I mean, and you can't
Jersey pulled
verbally
his
threaten.
car to the side of the road to confront a young man who allegedly gave him the finger. As soon as the officer steps out of his car, he starts to slowly pursue the young man, claiming that being given the finger is sufficient reason to detain him. However, the cop is unaware he's about to be shown in great detail how wrong he really is.
Why you giving me the finger?
Ego trip.
What's your problem?
What?
Why you giving me the finger?
I'm walking away.
Huh?
Am I free to go?
Why you giving me the finger?
Am I free to go?
No.
For
Come here.
what reason?
Why you giving me the finger? What's your problem?
Am I free to go?
No.
What,
What's
do you
your
have a
name?
problem?
No.
You have a problem?
No.
You don't have a problem, then I can leave.
Why you giving me the finger when you're walking? Huh?
He's allowed to walk away.
Many past
Legally.
cases have decided that
If
directing
you're not, that's why you always ask, am I being detained? If they say yes, then you can't leave. If you're not being detained, you can just walk away.
middle finger at a police officer is protected under the First Amendment and so is considered free speech. Despite this legal precedent, the cop ignores it and begins violently chasing the teen. He catches up to him and attempts to arrest him while the teen screams for help.
Have a good one. Pig.
Whatever. What?
You heard me. What,
Come here.
I'm afraid of you?
Come here. Get over here.
What?
Get over here.
I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah, you are. You just cursed me off.
That's not a crime.
Yes, it is.
Says who?
Says me.
Says who?
Turn around. Come on.
Bro, that is not a crime.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Why you cursing me?
It's not a crime.
What's your name?
It's not a crime.
What's your name?
Help! Help!
No help.
Help! Help!
Yo.
Help!
The cop then blatantly breaks the law by turning off his body cam for an unknown period of time until another officer joins them. The young man keeps asking why he's being detained, if what he did is not a crime, and demands an explanation.
What am I doing that made him detain me? What legal right?
Every time I rode by him twice, he shot me the finger. So I turned around and say, "Well, you're
Is that a crime?
problem?" Then he tells me,
That's not a crime.
causing public disturbance. Then he
That's
tells
not,
me to
no, that's not a
turn
crime.
that off, pig.
Yeah, off, big. That's not a crime. That's not a crime. He's looking at you because he's like, what the you want me to do? Because it's not a crime. I know my rights.
Who are you?
I don't have to say any of that.
You do if you're being detained.
For what reason? What legal reason am I being detained for?
Where are you coming from and where are you?
What legal reason am I being detained for?
Answer
I
the
need to know that.
question.
Legally, I need to know that.
For the
Why
next
is
few
he
minutes,
being
the cops
detained?
continue to argue with him, attempting to convince him that he can be detained, but he doesn't flinch. Instead, he scolds the cops, emphasizing how they are supposedly there to protect him rather than making him feel incriminated. The discussion continues, and after some banter, the teen once again confronts the officers for not knowing the law and his rights.
Why are you
Shooting me the finger.
Why are you?
Is that illegal?
Why are you flipping the bird? Yes, it is. When you are cursing in public, you are causing a public disturbance. You're being a nuisance to the public.
In what way? When he was driving past? Well, I'd like to see you guys prove it in court.
It's called causing a public disturbance.
I know
okay,
the law.
By being a nuisance.
I know the
okay?
law.
I'm not saying you're being charged with anything. At that
I'm
point,
just
he's
figuring out
detaining
what's
you
wrong with you.
to make sure that there is nothing
Make
wrong.
sure you're okay.
What
Make sure that
reason,
you're okay.
What reason does he need to detain me?
He thought maybe he thought you were signaling him down. Were you signaling to him?
No, he knew very well that I wasn't signaling to you, right? I wasn't signaling.
Well, you bring attention to yourself.
That's not signaling.
You're acting strange. I'm making sure you're okay.
Dude, that's so funny. Like, you're not here for my safety. You're not trying to protect
How do
me.
you know?
You're walking
may
on the
be-
side of the road and you're cursing and you're flipping the bird.
Once at him.
He gives you a lawful order to stop, and you do
It
not
wasn't a
stop.
lawful order, though.
And you do not
It
stop.
legally was not a lawful
and you
order.
do not stop, then that becomes a criminal offense, and then yes, you can be put under
But
arrest.
it's not a lawful order. Then I take it to court, and then he'd get sued, and I get
Maybe.
punitive damages. I'd be rich. Is that what you want?
That
Oh,
may,
you don't know the
that
law,
may be
buddy.
what happens.
You don't know the law.
But that's gonna happen.
The cops ask for the teen's
He
ID
knows
and
his stuff.
continue to claim that he caused a disturbance.
And he got the
without
OTF merch on. Shout Lil Durk, only the family.
stopping to consider their own actions having caused much more inconvenience to all parties than the simple hand gesture. However, when the teen sees that they are carrying body cameras, he cheers, realizing he has footage of the interaction in case he needs it. As a final smug touch, he curses at them, proving once again how powerful freedom of speech really is. Now, the officers can't stop him, and he is free to go.
I said I'll give you my ID, buddy. He's such a pig, bro.
So what does that make you?
Not a pig. Dude, this is illegal. You'll legally have to prove that I was a nuisance
When
to
you're
the public.
standing-
How will you do that? How will you do that? I just want to
Camera systems. Okay, so when he goes by in the car, okay, and he sees you doing what you're doing,
And what was
that's
I
all gonna
doing?
be there.
And what part of that caused a disturbance? That's what I'm trying to legally understand. I don't understand. Is that a body camera?
That's what it is.
Perfect, perfect.
seconds.
Appreciate it.
Okay?
Stay out of the
Am I free
roadway.
to go?
Don't give us fingers.
Shut the up.
Stay out of the roadway. Stop causing a public alarm.
Dude, shut the up. Am I
Stop
free to go?
cursing.
Am I
You're free to go.
Stop cursing. Go.
You're free to go.
This young man understood what actions
He
to
did
take
his
to
thing.
avoid being arrested. But what happens when you're not just in cuffs, but you're being interrogated? Is it possible?
Bro, you gotta understand, if you're in an interrogation room, that means they don't have all the details. Why else would they interrogate you?
To get out of this situation? Well, this savvy heroin addict proved that it absolutely is.
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good job.
If you didn't do the robbery, then you have to prove to me how I did.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
Georgia cops arrested a heroin addict named
I seen this
Jeff
too.
on charges of armed
seen this one
robbery.
too.
Jeff, who is familiar with jail and the legal system, immediately asks if he is under arrest as soon as the officer enters the room. After being read his rights, he remains calm and silent, seemingly contemplating his next move, causing the cops to become impatient. When questioned again, he displays his knowledge of police tactics and gives the cop a completely unexpected answer.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay? Yeah, I'll explain everything.
I'm under arrest for robbery?
You are, but let me read your rights real quick, okay? And then I'll explain it all to you. Is that okay? Can let me do that real fast? All right, Jeff. So do you understand the rights I read to you?
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good job.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
Jeff asks for some methadone, stating that he is a junkie and will soon start to go through withdrawals. He then explains that he was in a bad place and at a bad time, expressing reluctance to talk to the police because according to him, all they want is a confession. Jeff appears more agitated and claims that he was at a friend's house when suddenly he was surrounded by police and arrested, emphasizing that they had no evidence against him.
I need methadone.
You need methadone? I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it?
And he's a meth head?
What do you need methadone for?
Because I'm a junkie and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Look, here's the
That's
deal.
not legal, is it?
Either you're in a bad set of circumstances.
That's one thing I don't know. Since I don't do drugs, I have no clue on the drug system.
Or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah,
right?
I'm in a wrong place at wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I
not
don't have
keep
nothing.
up
I
the
don't talk to the police, man.
I think it's in your best interest to.
How?
Man.
I don't talk
you're
to the
sitting
police.
Here, okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how it
you
works.
have. I know you have.
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to get me. Or you're
No,
trying
I'm not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some stupid ass confession, and you're not going to get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not
nothing.
trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, come here. I say, what's up? They search me. They ain't find nothing.
The cop keeps on reading Jeff his rights again, but after Jeff thanks the cop for a coke the officer brought him, he reiterates that he did nothing wrong. Jeff insists there's no evidence against him, highlighting that having been arrested.
Is this a battleship ad? What am I looking at?
For the same crime before, he knows that if they had proof, they wouldn't interrogate him as much. Jeff demands to have a lawyer, but his requests aren't heard. According to U.S. law, if a suspect asks for a lawyer, they must be provided one.
But I'm going to read it to you again.
Thanks for the coke.
You're welcome. Before we ask any questions, you must understand what your rights are. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you.
Excuse me.
I'm a lawyer.
All right. This is what I don't
Why his
understand.
shirt look like he got pulled on or something? Like his collar.
I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed just in the...
Because I told you what, I already told you what happened.
But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why. I need a lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bull before, and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke. Put me back in the cell.
5 hours later, Jeff is brought to the interrogation room again, where he gets uncuffed. After enjoying another coke, Jeff appears nervous,
Dude, soda is
constantly
so
moving
disgusting.
his hands and body. But this is
I've been
actually
drinking pure water for like the last 4 years, and I'm not lying when I say that. I drink purely water. I've been doing it for 4 years in a row now.
just the withdrawal starting to kick in, and they're only going to get more severe as the time goes on. The cop changes tactics, claiming they have enough proof to arrest him, but Jeff doesn't buy it. He challenges the cop to name any kind of evidence, but predictably, the cop can't provide any. Jeff stops responding, knowing that as long as he doesn't incriminate himself, he'll be free to go in no time.
I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got, I mean, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name the physical.
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that? I mean, you haven't been helpful to me at all.
Because I don't believe that you got any evidence.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Well, why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, and I give me a little something.
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean...
The cop's interrogation time is running out, and he knows it. He attempts to get a confession, trying to make Jeff feel bad about going to jail again, and Jeff responds angrily due to the ongoing accusations, momentarily revealing that he exited the front door of his friend's house when the cops arrived. Quickly realizing his slip, he asserts that he won't provide any more information and demands to be free.
I know you don't want to go back to jail, right? Back to prison?
Well, it looks like I am and you're going to charge me with some bogus You guys don't, I mean, what do you got, really? That I was at a buddy's house and I happened to come outside because you guys were swarming the area and they...
Which door did you come out of?
I came out of the front door. You know what? I'm not saying myself, man.
The cop, aware that there isn't much more he can do, knows he's at a disadvantage. Jeff, seeing it as a small victory, asks to finish his coke, requests a promised Butterfinger. Remarkably, Jeff is released 12 hours later.
I'm done, man.
12 hours. But that's what's so crazy, though, because even if you innocent, you still got to sit in there for 12 hours. Like, bro, that's what gets me tight about the legal system is you could be completely, fully, did nothing wrong. 12 hours of your life wasted in a cell. Ridiculous. And if you get locked up on a Friday, you sitting in there the whole weekend for something you didn't do.
Coke.
Okay. You're not getting out.
I know. I can't finish it.
You can finish it. Make it quick. I got things to do.
Butterfinger, you promise.
I didn't promise you that. I said we'd see what happens. All right. Like
You're not gonna give him a Butterfinger?
Why should I help you out?
He bogus.
I got you a soda.
Nah, he that's messed up. He ain't gonna give him a Butterfinger because he ain't saying nothing. That's crazy. But this was good, vid. This just, if anything, this should just prove to people, prove to you guys how important knowing your laws are. Because obviously, like, you don't want to get taken advantage of. Great video though.